being done in the memory of my friend Daphne Mahoney of the Mustard Seeds Foundation. Daphne has played such an integral part in the building and the branding of our diaspora. And so I'm going to ask you to help me to spread Daphne's legacy and help us to get 10 million views on this tribute to my friend Daphne Mahoney.
One of the problems we have, is that a lot of the things that we do, people don't know the details about it. For example, you have 200 acres of land in Manig, where in Manig? The land is in Manig. Now, what does it take, for example, to develop the land?
Well, the land, let me tell you though, we have animals of all kinds. We slaughter, we have a little slaughterhouse.
Mm-hmm.
So we have a cow and we goat and we have sheep. I was laughing one time, I said, them down there eat lamb and me can't even afford lamb up here, kidding, But them eat them lamb. So we have those, we have chicken, we have fish pond, and then we plant, if you ever see the pumpkin and the sweet potato.
Oh boy.
But I'm sure they could do more, I sell them. Why don't you know soil? Soil is a big thing. And what does it need? No need nothing. You throw the seed them down there and them grow. Oh, I know. I'm a Kingstonian. And so one night I am in the back and I see these things under the coconut tree. So the gardener's name was Simeon. I Simeon, chop out them green things for them take. He said, Miss Daphne, sorry. He said, what? He said, don't chop them out, Miss Daphne. He said, the same when you buy the soil in the market and you throw the dry trash on that the rain come. So that's why let me tell you something. I was giving away soil. Poor girl never know nothing. So I said they should plant some soil there. Christmas time they should have chopped them out and sell them. People that take them to the market. But I'm telling you, if you go to Jamaica, go to Moneega, they really do. What they're trying to do is build a stadium.
Okay.
And then get all the different, cricket, soccer, everything.
Okay.
And stuff. But we got some money up here from some white folks, but it's not enough to finish it.
Okay.
So I was telling my son, since I'm involved in sports, my grandson now is number one in New York and don't start it soon, go to college. But he plays very well and he's very good. So I tell them father and them uncle, try and get some of these guys that, especially the Jamaica ones, go down there, look on the spot and see what we can do to build that up.
Okay.
And then when we have sports, we invite the big ones, them down there.
Oh,
that's what we need to do.
Yeah.
I used to go every year, but since the aches and pains haven't gone and then COVID came. But I used to look forward to go spending some time with those kids. Let me tell you, it's a joy. Now the office is in on the west side of Kingston. And when I go farther, drive through the door, the gate, I go down and I hug him. Hear them, leave my father alone. Don't be hugging up my father. It's my father. Them loving you see, and they go to school there. You should have seen them in them little uniform. And they father feed them all the ones that don't live there. Feed them and he said, give them a big lunch. You don't have them have anything when them go home to eat. So we feed them breakfast and lunch. They do a wonderful set of things. A lot of people don't half know what they do down there.
And that sometimes is a problem, that mustard seed is such a dominant, well-recognized brand. And I don't hear any of the organizations saying that they're gonna help mustard seed when they're making contributions. I understand that a lot of them are supporting their own organizations, but something, if you go to KC or Calabar or Wolmer's, you still have students from these places going to those schools afterwards when they grow up, you know?
Yeah.
So you have to help them when they are 7 years old and 8 years old. You can't just take them when they are 15 ready for high school now, because, and at the same time, they could have been better if they had gotten help earlier when they were growing up in places like, you know, like Mustard Seed is helping them to do.
Well, you know what happened? When the AIDS came out, we are the only one who took them. Nobody wanted that, you know, stay away from them. So there, a couple of years ago, I went down there and I said to one of the women, "Who is that?" She said, "One of the AIDS kids." I said, "What?" She said, "Daphne, babies grow."
Yeah,
You took them as baby, you think them stay baby. That is one of them. Going to school now, and she's cured, but our people still don't want them. So I say, if you want to hear about mustard seed, it's from the cradle to the grave. Father got to Boston and he has to take them as babies. And they stay there, nobody want them, and depending on what's wrong with them, they stay there till we die, we bury them. So it's from the cradle to the grave.
And you know, it is so strange that sometimes we see people adopting kids in Africa and all places around the world, and right down there in Jamaica, we don't have an adopted child.
If they have any little disability, they don't want them. They don't want it. But did you know something funny? American people go down there and adopt our kids and want to come back home. Want to go back to mustard seed. These people don't want them. Our people don't adopt. You know, many people ask me if they can adopt a child from mustard seed, but they have to be healthy. We don't have no healthy people down there. All of them have something.
You know, it's like I say to people sometimes, I say, Jesus said, you know, he never came to save the righteous, he came to save sinners, you know?
Right. No. Let me tell you something. God bless that coolie man who come from Trinidad and went to the university and started mustard seed. And the first form he put up, they burned out.
Really?
And instead of the man go back to Trinidad, what he do? Start again. So the first one is called My Father's House. That's on the wind side. Okay, now we have 13 of them down there.
13 houses.
13 homes. We have Mary's Child. That's the ones with the picture them and stuff. You know how Jamaica parents throw them out. They don't want them. We take them. That's Mary's Child. That's up in Papine. Then we have the one I tell you in Monique. That is the one we will plant and all of that. And every home have a chapel. Every home have a chapel. What I would like to do, I want to get some seeds from mustard seed. I think it would nice. Every home have a plant. It's pretty, you know. When it blooms, it's yellow. I think every home should have some planted there. My problem is I'm not strong and I don't have nobody to help me. But I have all sorts of ideas. And I watched the TV there. Last week I was watching on TV where they have disabled dancers. I'm trying to get hold of the people to see if somebody will go down to Jamaica and help by picking them. Some of them smart. Smart. Yeah, so I don't know. I don't know how much longer we can do this, but as long as I can, I am going to do it. Because let me tell you, I see what these people do. It's amazing. And as I said, our people don't go down. This is the white people, the people that home the picture them here, bathe them and all that. They have groups that go down every year, you know. They pay their own way. They pay to stay there and they work with the kids the whole time for 2 weeks. We have another group in up to some other state. They send material down there and then the carpenters go down there. And they're the ones that build up all them cottages and things we having money. You know?
So you really, you really need as much help as possible, you know?
Of course. They go down, you just see the liquor cottage because in money, you want to go, you can stay there, pay so much. I tell you, you have to go the first chance you get.
Do you get any help from the government?
They're very little. They do get a little stipend, and it never on time. You know, I tell you what happened some years ago. If you're busy, you got to go, you know.
No, I have time for you, Daphne.
All right, let me tell you what happened one time. We have a home in Spanish Town called Jerusalem, right? So I'm telling you what happened now. So Father heard that in Bellevue, they had the people sleeping on the floor and eating. Ooh. So he said to the government, give me the land in Spanish Town and we will take them from you. Well, I went to when Sarah Heaven was here and her son died. I went down to the funeral and I met the Minister of Health. And you know what I said? So when are you going to sign the lease so we can get the land, build up the homes? You know what he said to me? Tell your priest him embarrass the government telling people about what happened at Bellevue. So now him want our help. I said, no, it's not. You don't want your help in trying to take them off your hands.
And it's the children that needs his help.
Wait a minute. So when he resigned, Dr. Phillips came, and as Dr. Phillips came and signed the thing, we took them over there. It picked them wouldn't sleep on the bed. It took a long time to train them to sleep on the bed and stop eating.
And to stop
so that's how Jerusalem was built. And I can tell you that soon as Dr. Phillips came, he signed the lease and we got Jerusalem.
Which Phillips was that? Was that Peter Phillips?
Peter Phillips.
Okay, I just want to make sure.
Peter Phillips came and he signed it right away. And that's how we got them from it. In less than no time, we had to train them so them didn't sleep on the floor anymore. That stuff. So I'm telling you, that story I know. I never forget till the day I die. Because him tell me that we embarrass the government. So he's not, they're not doing up for us.
And
1 second, let me just getting some dolls for the luncheon.
Okay.
So I'm going to need him to go take a suitcase so the lady can pack them for me. Yeah, so that's how Jerusalem was formed.
And that's in Spanish Town.
That is in Spanish Town.
Okay.
And that was the old lepers home. You remember where that used to be across from the salt factory? That's where we have Jerusalem. And that's how we got those people from Bellevue. People them wouldn't sleep on a bed if you kill them on the floor.
And you know, sometimes I wonder about, we have so many organizations, as I say, over here. And all of them are so locked in on just where they come from. And you ask yourself this question, even as we celebrated 60th anniversary, and we talk about reigniting the nation. If we don't understand that we have to break away from some of the things that we're doing.
So I said, when you list the homes, put where they are. We have a gift of hope in Mandeville. Put Mandeville. So people say, oh, we come from Mandeville, may want to help. But since I come from Kingston, them no want to help Kingston. So that's what I'm doing this year. I list all the state, the countries, not countries, what we call ourselves again, parishes. All the parishes where we have homes, and put it on there, make people say, in my parish, I didn't know that. So now them know.
So how many parishes you have homes in right now?
We have about buses. I think it's either 11 or 13 homes we have in Jamaica.
Are they all in different parishes?
Different parishes. We have Mandeville. We have Kingston. We have like 3. We have the one up right by the university.
You mean the University of the West Indies?
Right across across the street from the university. That's where we have Mary's Child.
In Kingston?
In Kingston, right.
Okay.
You know, so it's just, we have so many and we try it. Let me tell you that some of the companies Jamaica really help.
Okay.
You know, some of them like help.
What
Jamaica National, some of them on, you know, some of them on the board.
Okay.
And somebody help. But people don't understand it costs a hell of a lot of money to take care of children that can't keep them, that can't help themselves.
Oh, yes.
You know what I mean?
Oh, yes. I mean,
lot of them.
You get help, you know, you get help from Jamaica National and some of the companies.
Those people, they really help. What I wanted to do when we were doing the luncheon at the Hilton, I told Father I want to honor one of those people every year of the year. You know, because they do so much. So I had the guy from Jarrett, from Jamaica National.
Ah, yes, Earl Jarrett.
Right, I honored him 1 year. I honored that Chinese woman, what's her name? So I was just beginning to do that when COVID came on.
Okay.
You know.
Okay.
So, just doing all we can.
Well, you know, you have been a blessing.
Anyhow, that's a long story. One thing I wanted to tell you, that I found a place for the sweet potato pudding.
Okay, good.
But now I desperately need some white rum. Where can I turn?
It's been done in the memory of my friend Daphne Mahoney of the Mustard Seeds Foundation. Daphne has played such an integral part in the building and the branding of our diaspora. And so I'm going to ask you to help me to spread Daphne's legacy and help us to get 10 million views on this tribute to my friend Daphne Mahoney.